Hey guys, I'm not really feeling it today and I'm not very good at teaching people how to do things, but I figured I could tell you some things about graphic design since I'm going to an art school, me and a design major. One of the most basic things in graphic design is knowing the difference between raster and vector images. Raster images are the kind that are used in Photoshop, which they're made of pixels. If you zoom them, if you make them too big, they get all pixelated and weird. Vector images, they're what's used in Illustrator, and I know there are some other programs that use them too, but you can make it any size you want and it retains its original quality because it's made up of points and paths instead of pixels. It uses like some mathematical formula crap that goes over my head. So raster, pixel, vector, path. Most people only know how to use Photoshop because it's a photo editing software and it's much easier to learn than Illustrator. Well, let me tell you. I have a love-hate relationship with Illustrator. I've grown to like it more because I've had to use it a lot more, but also I hate it with a fiery passion. Raster images are saved as JPEGs, PNGs, that kind of stuff. Vector files, on the other hand, are saved as Illustrator files, PDFs. It's important to know when to use vector and when to use raster. Raster images are used for the web at 72 dots per inch. They also have an RGB color format, red, green, blue, because every color you see on your computer screen right now is made of red, green, or blue. Like yellow, my blonde hair, it's not really blonde, it's made of red and green and blue dots. Vector images are for printing because they can be resized endlessly. They are set at 300 dots per inch, and their color mode is typically CMYK. Cyan, yellow, magenta, black, or key. And that's the kind of stuff your printer uses. The thing about Illustrator is you can't use it to free draw, which is so frustrating. You have to like make paths and bend them and stuff and make shapes, and it's more logical, I guess, which is why I find it difficult to learn because I like to be able to go wee, because that's an accurate representation of how my brain works. So that's the super bare basics, and then when it comes to actually design concepts, you need to keep in mind the 3 C's, as our teacher says: concepts, components, and composition. Your concept is like your ideas, the abstract elements of your theme and your style and stuff. Everything in your design should have a purpose to it. Like if it's just there because it looks cool, then it doesn't belong there. Components are the visual elements used within the design, so like all the little things that make up your design, like this square over here and this circle over here work together to do this, and those are your components. Composition is the way you arrange those components. So you need to keep in mind their placement, their grouping, their alignment, the flow of everything, the empty spaces, and how you use them. And when you're working with a client, you need to be able to explain your design to them. Like, how does this design fulfill these things? How does this design, my design, get your message across? And that's the super basic stuff. I'm sorry I didn't make anything interesting for you guys. If I would have had this theme like a week ago, I could have done something awesome where you put like food coloring in milk and make it go places, because my brother showed me how to do that. But you know, we're out of food coloring.